This is a recording from 92 WICB, Ithaca College's student radio station.
92 WICB, new pornographers there with Crash Years. With me right now, we have a very special guest, Godfrey Simmons of Civic Ensemble. Thank you for coming on, Godfrey.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. I heard about this, and I thought it was a great opportunity to get on air and talk about Civic Ensemble. So why don't we start with what Civic Ensemble is?
Well, we're Civic Ensemble is a community-based theater company that believes that theater is everyone's birthright. And so what does that mean? That means that we do theater in a variety of different ways. We work with community members to make community-based plays, often with people who've never done theater before. We do plays by or about women and people of color that often don't get to be done, and we do reimaginings of classics in different ways. And we also do community development programs, such as a reentry program, theater program, working with people who've been incarcerated, who are reentering the workforce or reentering the community from being incarcerated, as well as a program at the Finger Lakes Residential Center, which is an incarceration facility for young men between the ages of 13 and 18. So there are a variety of programs that we're working on. We also have developed deep partnerships with different community organizations, including Ithaca College and Cornell University, but Cornell Cooperative Extension, and we really believe that theater can't exist without the community, and that there's a real continuum between doing great plays with world-class artists, and doing plays for people who might not think about doing theater or think that theater is for them as a means to express themselves or to deal with issues they might be trying to work out.
Right. It's a fantastic opportunity, community theater, and of course we have quite a few of them around the area.
Yeah. And what we're talking about is a little different than community theater, is that when we're talking about community-based theater, it often that's often done by people who, have been trained in working with different populations, right? So one of the things that we've done for the last 3 years, and this has been spearheaded by one of our co-founders, Sarah K. Chalmers. We were co-founded in 2000. Just to clarify, we were founded in 2012 by Sarah K. Chalmers, a IC alum.
Great. I'd like to hear that.
Hey. She was also one of the early co-founders of The Kitchen way back in the day. So she's
got some experience.
She's got some experience in IC and theater starting. And Jennifer Herzog is one of our other co-founders of the company. And for the last 3 years, we've done these community-based plays, and I think sometimes there's some confusion about community theater, community-based plays. What does that look like? Community-based plays really come out of the concerns and issues that the community is dealing with, right? Community theater will do whatever play. They'll do a production of Harvey or a production of Death of a Salesman or whatever, right? And it'll be, actors, who don't necessarily make their living acting, but community-based arts as a whole is a little different in that you're really, experts are working with communities who are experts in their own issues. They're experts from where they come from. They're experts about their communities, right? And so it's like a group of different experts getting together to figure out their experiences, figure out their lives, to tell the story of their lives. And, some community-based plays are more issue-oriented than others, and some are more about just experiences, So
Now, you have this play. That all ties into this play that you're working on called On the Corner.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about what On the Corner is.
So On the Corner is kind of comes out of our last community-based play. A year ago, we did a community-based play called Safety, which a good number of people came to see because it was about the relationship between civilians and law enforcement. And it took a look at it through the lens of Ithaca while at the same time being on a national scale. Of course, it's been a hot topic for the last 15, 18 months. And when we were working on the play, Michael Brown happened out in Ferguson. It was during the last month of preparation to actually present the play. And so that really affected the conversation around the play deeply. It was just a stroke of luck. And so we had a lot of conversations that came out of it, and one of them was this sense that there was a fundamental misunderstanding about how we've gotten to this place where there's this divide, and there's a racial divide, and there's an economic divide in the country, and then by association Ithaca in our city. And so we wanted to take a look at that divide and where that came from. So On the Corner looks at is basically a story of a young black man. He's 16 and who gets stopped by a white police officer, not arrested or anything like that. One of the residents of Cayuga Heights kind of called the cops because it didn't seem like he belonged in the neighborhood, and then from there, both of those characters take this journey, over time. They go back in time. They go back in time in the young man's life, and they are looking at how they got to that corner where the police officer has been called to kind of make sure that this young man isn't doing anything wrong. And so there's a little magic realism in it, but it's really kind of delving into the issues. And the play grew out of 2 months of conversations and workshops that we did with the community. There are a lot of people who aren't in the play. There's like 12 cast members, and there are a lot of people who helped shape what we're looking at in the play that they weren't able to be in it. But they contributed so much to it just in the conversations we were having.
So there's numerous people involved in this, over 20, you would say.
Yeah. If you include the people who came to some of the early sessions, and let's go all the way back to when we were doing Safety and the conversations out of that, because we are operating under, trying to move from like what the community is talking about was actually bubbling up for the community. It's a lot more than even that, right? There's probably about 25, 30, 35 people who had directly worked on it in different phases, but then there's a whole group of people who were involved in conversations.
Right. So just to tell everyone, if they want to see this play, how can they do that?
You can go to civicensemble.org, and you should be able to get a pay what you can ticket. The play is opening tomorrow night at 7:30 at Beverly J. Martin Elementary School in the library, and it's running October 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th at 7:30 p.m. and October 11th. I believe that's a 4 o'clock show, if I'm not mistaken. And you can find all this information out on our website, civicensemble.org. And it's pay what you can. So if you can afford it, come. We'd love to have you. If you can afford to pay something, choose your price point and come join us.
It's an excellent opportunity for the entire community, and it all goes towards a good cause, and it's definitely appreciated in our community.
Thanks. There's several IC alums and students who are involved in it.
I heard about that. Yeah,
a freshman student is playing the lead. He's playing the lead character, Julian. So we're really excited.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So once again, civicensemble.org. You can check him out. It's premiering tomorrow, 7:30, at the Beverly J. Martin Elementary School, right?
Yep.
And thank you very much, Godfrey, for coming
Sean.
on.
I appreciate it, man.
No problem. Coming up, I have a request going out for Stills. It's Natalie's birthday. Natalie, if you're listening, happy birthday. This one's Lola Stars and the Stripes, 92 WICB.